Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today I'm going to do a 3-hole oil change on this Harley Davidson. It's a 1998 Harley Davidson Dyna Super Glide, 80 cubic inches. So we're going to do a 3-hole oil change. Nothing special. Get the primary, get the oil pan and the transmission, change them out, baby. So if you see, I'm on the left side of the bike. The primary cover's right here. We're gonna take that off when we fill up. But there's this little hole right here. See that bad boy? We're gonna take that out. And then also, so on the right side of the bike, underneath here, the transmission, and then on this side, you have your oil. So we'll just take those 2 bolts out, and that one on the other side, let her drain, baby. It's a good thing to let your bike run for a while, get heated up to temperature, and then drain it out. It's just a little bit easier to get all the oil out. This thing's pretty gross under here, so I'm just cleaning it up with some brake cleaner. Or if you got some carb cleaner, it does kind of the same thing. Just clean it up real good. It's just kind of nasty. This is a bike that I bought to fix up, and it needs some work. So anyway, nice and clean working area. Let's get into it. For these 2 plugs, you got to get a 3/4 inch ratchet. Also I believe a 19 millimeter fits, but 3/4 inch is the correct one. We'll see what comes out. Oh, that's just black right there. Disgusting. Wow. Oh man, that just came out all milky. Let that drain out for a while. So you see these plugs, they have this O-ring in here. You want to make sure that you replace them, especially if they're really nasty and messed up like this one is. So this one I'm going to take off, put a new O-ring on, call it a day. So it's really handy if you have a little pick like this, and you can pull her off pretty easy. That one just busted. There you go. They put that this is like what you put on faucets and stuff like that. I don't know if that's necessarily a good idea. If you've done that before and it worked, let me know in the comments. I always just put the O-ring on, call it a day. I got a pack of O-rings here, so just put another one on there. There you go. Good to go. I did the same thing for the other one. So, and then you also want to clean off. So up here's a little magnet that catches little pieces of metal. Check and see the metals that are in there, and then just clean it off. So under here on this side, this little bolt is a T40, or at least that's what it fit for me. So we're gonna unscrew it. It's for the primary. There we go. Kind of funny, man. The reason I'm making this video is I wanted to just go and have the oil change. 3-hole oil change. It's not like it's a hard thing to do. But, so you know what? Let me call a couple places, see how much it costs to do a 3-hole oil change on a 98 Harley Dyna. Well, it was a lot more than I expected. They wanted freaking, the cheapest one I found was $287 just to do the 3-hole oil change. Are you freaking kidding me? It's just 3 little holes that you just let them drain. And you know how much? So I bought all the oil and the transmission fluid, all this stuff. I'll show you in a little bit. All that cost me $70 with the filter and everything. That's crazy. If it was $150, I might have gone with it, just because, you know, you save your time or whatever. But $270 or $280, something like that, is crazy. So might as well show you guys how to do it so you don't have to waste your money either. This is that drain plug for the primary, and I'm just cleaning it off just like the other ones. It's had a lot of little shards of metal in there, so I'm just trying to clean it all out. Again, this is like a little ball that's a magnet, catches all the metal pieces, so I'm gonna clean it out real good so it'll catch more. So a lot of these motorcycles, a lot of Harleys, they have where you do a 3-hole oil change. Super simple. But there's some Harleys, like my 2005 Harley Davidson V-Rod, there's only one. Same thing with my Victory V92 TC, 1 hole. And that's your oil, your transmission, everything's all linked together. So anyway, just look up what your vehicle has, and you can figure it out from there. But pretty much all these older bikes, even the newer bikes, it's a 3-hole, and they're real simple to do. I forgot to tell you that on your oil side, you want to open this up. You just pull it up like that and let it open, because when you do that, sometimes if you don't open this oil where you refill, sometimes it creates a vacuum and all the oil won't come out of your drain hole. So you want to open that bad boy up. I did the same thing with the transmission. This is a 3/8 Allen wrench right here. So what you need for this job is 3 quarts of 20W50, and I got this one from Castrol. It's for V-twin, and it's a 20W50. That's all you need, full synthetic. And then you need 24 ounces of full synthetic 75W by 140. It's a gear oil for the transmission, and then 24 ounces of another 20W50 for the primary. And then also I got this oil filter here. This is the MicroGuard MSL51516. Just make sure that you get the right one for your bike. So the oil filter's up here in the front. I had to really wrench in there to get it, unlock it with these it's an oil filter wrench, right, or pliers, or whatever you want to call them. But if you have that thing that goes on the top, that's a lot easier on these motorcycles. But I loosened it up, and then I put this piece of cardboard here to catch any oil that drops, because I don't want any oil to go all over the place. So we'll go from there. But yeah, I'm gonna unscrew it now. Hopefully I got it hand tight. I might have to go back in. Nope. There we go. There we go. Nice. When you're putting the new filter on, you want to get a little bit of oil on your finger. Just put it around the seal here. Nice and lubed up. Just like that before you put it on. I even like to put it on the screw, or where it screws in here a little bit. Some people say to fill it up halfway before you put it on. I've done it before. I don't think it makes a big difference to me, but you know, it's all preference. And then we'll put her back in here. There we go. Put it in nice, and then we'll tighten her up just a little bit past hand tight. You don't want to wrench it on there, just a little bit tight and you're good. A little bit past hand tight. Before you fill everything back up, make sure you put your plugs back in. Okay, so you don't want to gorilla tighten it on there, but just get it tight enough to where it's you know, it's pretty tight on there and where it's not leaking anymore. You'll check it out later, but just about. I'm sure there's a torque somewhere. I'll see if I can find it. If I find it, I'll send it to you guys. But basically just tighten it to where you're not over torquing it, because you'll break something in there. Same thing on this side. Put them in there, and we're not going to over torque them, but just tighten them just a little extra. Just hand tight, and then I'll get that 3/4, tighten her up a little bit. There you go. is just put my hand right here and go pretty tight, because if you go over here, you're really going to wrench it down. So I just want it nice and a little bit snug there. Same thing on this side. A little bit snug. Now we're good to go. Let's fill her up. All right, so I'm going to add the oil in. Again, it's 20W50 full synthetic. I'm going to add 2.5 quarts to start, and then we'll go from there. Yeah, 2.5 quarts, then I'll let it heat up, and then we'll check it after that, see if we need to add more. I did bring a funnel out just in case I needed it, but it looks like this is working pretty good. Get the second one in, and then we'll add the half and start her up after we fill everything up. Okay, we'll put the 2.5 in there, we'll put this bad boy in, and then we'll fill up the tranny. So we're going to use the gear oil again. It's at 75W over 140 by 140 gear oil, full synthetic, and yeah, we'll put it right in the transmission. This one calls for 24 ounces. On here, at least you can see the ounces. So 24 is this little line right here, so we'll go right to there. Yep, 24 ounces, baby. Transmission has a dipstick too, so once we heat it up, we'll check it out. So these, I don't know if these are factory on here, but these are T27s on the primary cover, so I'm gonna try and pop them loose, but okay. That one looked like it came loose pretty easy. Oh no, there we go. Anyway, so that one went. Let's try this one next. Sometimes you need to give them a little love tap. So what I'll do is I'll come back here like this, and I'll just kind of give it a little love tap while I twist. Kind of knocks loose a little bit of rust or whatever's in there. And then you can kind of, hopefully, that's pretty tight. Try this next one. There we go. Whew, that one broke loose. Now let's try this one again. Oh, thank God. Whew. All right, cool. So that one came loose. This one came loose. And the third one came loose. And sometimes there's 5, sometimes there's 6. This one's only got 3. These are very easy to break here, so you just gotta be careful. It has a washer with it, so don't lose your washer. I went and got my scissor lift here, the little motorcycle jack, just to keep this bad boy straight up and down. I forgot that you needed it straight up and down, so. 24 ounces is about 3/4 of this quart here, so go slow. This might not be the perfect freaking funnel, but I think she's gonna work here. All right, so now let's put this bad boy back on. If you have a new seal, you probably should get a new seal to put it on there, but I'm just gonna run it like this and hopefully she works. But yeah, put a new seal if you can. If you got one, you should probably get one. And then we'll put these hand tight in here first, just to kind of let them stick on there. If you have a bike that has 4 or 5 different sets, so what you want to do is go corner, across, 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 just like when you're doing tires, right? You tighten one, then tighten the other, tighten the other, tighten it like a star. So I don't have that here, so I'm just going to tighten them, each one, just like that. Come in here and give it a nice little, there you go. Just a nice little tighten. I don't want to overdo it because I don't want to break them, and I don't want to freaking kill these bad boys. So just give it a nice twist, Nice and tight. There you go. Let it run for like 30 seconds and then check your oil. Make sure everything's good. I let it run for 30 seconds. Now I'm gonna check my oil and my transmission levels, and we'll see if we're good to go. Let's check her out, baby. Oh yeah, we're at the full level right there. Nice. Let's check the transmission. Clean that off, put her back in. Yep, right at full. Well, that's pretty much it, man. 3-hole oil change in a Harley Davidson Dyna, 1998. Pretty much like I said, it's in any Harley Davidson bagger or any kind of the bigger the bikes. Even some of the other brands, the Yamaha and Hondas, very similar. But it's not that difficult. But if you're like me and you're doing this in the summertime in South Texas, you'll be sweating, baby. It's hot, but you know what? I just saved myself like $200. So $200 took me about an hour. It took me a little long because I was filming, so it took me a little bit longer than it should have. But if you have some time, you want to save 200 bucks, it's worth it. If you like this video, you like this content, let me know in the comments. Hit that like button, smash that subscribe button, baby. And we'll see you guys on the next one. I have some other motorcycle videos that I do some work, and I'm gonna do some more work to this bike. You'll see more videos about it. Hopefully some other videos of, well, I know there's gonna be more bikes in the future. That Dyna, I need to do, I mean, the V-Rod actually. The V-Rod, I need to do a couple things to it, and those videos will be coming out. So subscribe, hit that bell so you see whenever my videos come out, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks again. Cheers, boys. We'll see you later. I'm out. Ow!